At this time, we'll move to committee reports. Mr. Horton, do you have anything from the Finance Committee?
We do. We met on October the 7th for our regular first meeting and produced a short list of items for the council's consideration. Item 1 is considering a resolution authorizing the designing of the aquatic center, soliciting bids for construction, authorizing the mayor and the city clerk to enter into the agreement, and so forth and so on. The Finance Committee recommends that in the form of a motion, but we now recognize Mr. Tripp for some additional input on that.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to add a motion to amend by adding to section 1. Mr. Smith, would you care to read that, please?
All right. At the end of section 1, where it says center, and there's period, the period we struck and would be added at the end of center, once a final design has been submitted and approved by the city council by majority vote, and the period would end there.
You have any questions on that?
That's on section 1.
Yes.
Read that again, please. That's the strike the period at aquatic center.
Right.
Okay.
Once a final design has been submitted and approved by the city council by majority vote.
Mr. Horton, is that in the form of motion as amended?
The motion to amend is, and Mr. Irwin, you second?
I did.
Okay.
Okay, so we're voting on the amendment to the original motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And now the original motion as amended. Mr. Mayor.
Okay. We do have an amended motion at this time as presented by the Finance Chair. All those in favor of that motion as amended, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Our second item is consideration to authorize Finance Director to dispose of some items that did not sell at the city auction in accordance with Arkansas Code 306. The committee recommended that in the form of a motion.
You've heard that request and motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
The committee also recommended consideration to authorize the Finance Director to auction some city equipment and cars through GovDeals auction service. That's in the form of a motion.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Today, Mr. Smith said we needed to have a resolution on this. Did you get that, Trey?
Yeah, it's,
So we have a resolution to do this.
it's in the papers that Kathy distributed.
Would you read the resolution, please, Mr. Smith, so we can complete this transaction?
A resolution authorizes the sale of personal property through GovDeals auction services and for other purposes. This resolution, if passed, would authorize the selling of the aforementioned personal property by the city through GovDeals auction services. Would authorize the mayor, finance director, and city clerk to sign whatever documents are needed to do that and to list the property through GovDeals.
Do I hear a motion?
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the resolution. Any question? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
The committee recommended that the council consider the resolution levying the millage. This we have to renew every year, and we recommended leaving that at .04 for the retired police and fire pension that we maintain ourselves. That's in the form of a motion.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
Item 5 and 6 are appropriations. Item 7 is a line transfer. Do we want to handle those all at one time or separate? They are all recommended in the form of a motion, and I think everyone was there last week, so if there's questions, feel free to separate one out, but they're all recommended in the form of a motion.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor of that, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Mr. Mayor, there was an 8th item that night that is not in everyone's packet, but I think everyone was there. We discussed a resolution supporting Alderwoman Harris in her review of records for the Economic Development Commission, and to reimburse her cost for copying and to accept that as a formal council action. That was recommended in the form of a motion.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I guess I abstain.
Right. We had one abstention. Motion carries.
We met again tonight, immediately prior to this meeting. Our first item, the committee recommends that the council bid the security system in a formal bid. That was recommended in the form of a motion.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor of that proposal say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
The committee recommends that we consider the resolution to accept a bid from Rebel Services LLC for aviation gasoline tanker refurb out at the airport. That is recommended in the form of a motion.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
The committee recommended accepting a bid from Clay Cole Construction of $73,900 for brush and timber clearing. That's in the form of a motion.
All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Items 4 and 5 are line item transfers. 6 is an appropriation. I think everyone was here for that discussion as well. We recommend all of those. We can separate them out if anybody cares to, but they're all recommended in the form of a motion.
Are we good?
Everybody-
All right. You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
That concludes the business of the Finance Committee, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Personnel Committee, Mr. Stuber, do you have any action?
The Personnel Committee has nothing to report at this time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.